Oh, good morning, guys. Just got all my solar panels set up and everything. Gonna take little Miss Uma for a walk, and we'll be right back to talk about my power management system and how I'm using my power lately. So, we'll see you in a minute. How's it going, guys? Well, after 6 years of being in the van, I think I finally got my power situation figured out. I don't know why it took me so long to figure all this out, but I guess it all started because of the Starlink. That thing sucks power like crazy, and you have to have the inverter on. So yeah, that was drawing a lot of power, so I had to figure out something that I wasn't drawing so much power and starting the engine for the alternator on this thing. So yeah, I think I finally got it all figured out. A little backstory on the van. It's a Heimer Active, and the KS2 batteries, they only charge up to a maximum of 13.4 or 6 or something like that for some reason. I don't know why they do that. Most lithium batteries are 14.8. So yeah, you get a lot more usage if you had that extra voltage there. But another thing with the system is the volt start, which is basically just a remote car starter that's programmed to come on with when the lithium batteries get to like 12.65 or something like that. But yeah, I thought it was like a super complicated system when I bought the van 6 years ago, and yeah, there was all computer system and blah blah blah. It's just normal wiring like any other van. So yeah, when I always thought when I was running, say, like my microwave or my air fryer or the Instant Pot, for example, it draws a lot of power when it's first starting up. And so, you look at the battery monitor up on the panel there, and it's dropping down to like 12.7, 12.6. And you're thinking, well, I used to keep the volt start on all the time. So I'm thinking, I don't want the engine to start while I'm cooking dinner. So I used to just start the engine and run it the whole time I was cooking dinner, thinking that it wouldn't drain the batteries. But recently I found out I really don't need to do that if I'm charging with solar and I'm at 100%. At the end of the day, it's just like the air conditioner. I know I can run my air conditioner for 2.5 hours. I knew that years ago. I just didn't think about running the air fryer or the Instant Pot or some heavy duty equipment like that for long periods of time without the engine being started. But it only sags when you have it on. So say if you're cooking, I don't know, chicken or something like that in the air fryer, chicken fajitas, for example. Well, it only takes like 15 minutes, and if the AC can run for 2.5 hours on the batteries alone, so yeah, you're still gonna have lots of power in the morning. And I always thought when it got to that 12.6 that it's like your batteries are almost depleted sort of thing, but that's not right either. You're only at like probably 75% of battery at that point. So you really don't have a lot of space to deal with. So I think I got this figured out. Let's talk about it. So we're going to start off with the Starlink since that's such a huge power draw. Ever since I got it, I wanted to figure out some way of getting the router inside, switching it over to 12 volts and plugging it into the system. But I figured out over time that it's better to use the my Blue Eddy AC 180 just for the for the inverter on and the solar panels that I got, I can run it all day no problem, and then when the sun goes down, I'm still at like, I think 70% at the end of the night if I shut it off at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So yeah, it takes no time for it to charge back up, but yeah, that's the bonus of this the AC 180. Yeah, see it's drawing 35 watts, which is a lot if you're running your Starlink all day kind of thing. So yeah, I like it plugged into the AC 180. Actually, I've been using the AC 180 for charging my e-bike battery and charging my Dyson vacuum, anything basically, instead of using the van, because I need the van power for the fridge runs 24 hours a day. The portable cooler that I keep as a freezer at minus 17 Celsius, it runs 24 hours. And then there's, the water pump and the fan for the heater at night and the lights and so on and so forth. So yeah, I need all that power inside for stuff that I'm already using. So yeah, it's kind of nice to have this figured out. It only took 6 years, but so what I've done with my solar setup too is the 2 solar panels that All Power sent me. These 200 solar panels. I have them plugged into the Blue Eddy AC 180. So I'll talk about it later, but I have another thing set up to hook up to my batteries for my van. But they didn't seem to be working properly. I hooked them up in series like I have now for the Blue Eddy. But it just didn't seem to be working right with the system. I don't know if it wasn't meshing right with the system, if it has to be in parallel to work properly because there are different size solar panels on top. So yeah, I don't know what the problem is, but I ordered some parallel connectors off Amazon to hopefully sort that issue out. So I can switch those around, but right now I have the 400 watts of solar going into the AC 180, and then the Blue Eddy 120 watt solar panel that's over there is plugged into the van over here, into the XT60 plug that I put in there. I can't remember what I took. Oh, there were RCA cables there that I removed. Never going to use them. Never going to plug my TV in outside here, especially if I'm thinking about getting a projector soon. So, yeah, so much better having the XT60 there. And this thing, 120 watt solar panel, it's almost fully charged my batteries for the day. It's totally shocked, and a little bit on top too, but those flat solar panels on top of the van are pretty well next to useless if you can't raise them up, and the sun only gets so high. It's not right overhead in the wintertime, so yeah, they're pretty close to being useless if you can't switch them up. You're only getting 1 amp or 2 amps out of them. But yeah, with these angled solar panels, I'm getting way more. I was getting I think 6 amps going into each battery at noontime, just from the one solar panel. So yeah, when the 2 are working properly, I'm sure this will work really well, because like I said, that AC 180 doesn't take long to charge up at all, only using the 35 watts for the Starlink. It's over there. And with it being fully open here, no obstructions, it doesn't use extra power like it does when you're in a treed-in area. It's always searching for a signal and so on. But yeah, it's just such a I'm still shocked that it took me so long. I'm a little bit smarter than that, I think. But yeah, so the last 2 weeks, I guess, I've been running my microwave at night, running the air fryer, cooking all my food without the engine running. And you still have tons of power in the morning. You might be down to 75% or whatever, but if you're going out driving, your alternator is going to charge your batteries anyway. I don't know what my problem was, always having to be at 100% all the time. Lithium batteries, you can run down a little further too, so not like AGMs. So yeah, I don't know what my issue was with these batteries. It took me so long to figure all this out. But yeah, I like the way the system's working. I'm really happy with the way it's working. I'm not having to, run the engine and waste gas, and with the cost of everything, with the cost of gas and the cost of groceries and everything else, it's getting to be a tighter budget all the time on my pension from work. Uh, so yeah, this is working out so well. It was so nice to get free solar panels from All Powers and Blue Eddy last year. It's made a huge difference. I really should have invested in solar panels a long time ago. I didn't know that they would have made that huge of a difference. Thinking that the ones on top didn't really do anything. I was thinking, well, these solar panels suck for charging lithium batteries, but I was wrong apparently. But yeah, I really like this setup with the AC 180. That thing has, what, 1152 watt hours. So yeah, you can power almost anything with that. And yeah, just having those two things. So inside, I should mention, inside my van, I have two 200 amp hour lithium batteries, the KS2 ones. But like I said, they only charge up to 13.4, 13.6 max, which is silly for lithium batteries. They should be at 14.8. I think it's a problem with the BMS or something like that. But yeah, it just sucks that they're proprietary batteries in this thing. But apparently people are coming up with different ideas, and a few people have taken the batteries apart and put new BMSs in, and they're working, and they're using 14.8 volts. So yeah, that would be nice to have that system, because with 14.8, that would be huge how much longer the power would last you, getting a full battery charge instead of this, whatever, 75% battery charge kind of thing is what I look at it as. But yeah, I really like this battery management system that I got going on right now. Definitely works for me. All right, guys. Well, didn't that work out perfectly? Just checked the van batteries, and they are at 100%. Beautiful. And the Blue Eddy is at 99%. I don't know what happened there, how it lost a percent, but we're pretty well at the end of our solar day. But that worked out perfect. 100% charged on everything solar. Didn't have to start the van at all today. No alternator, no gas use. Perfect. Gotta love it. I think it's a really good setup. I like the way this is working out for me. I'll put the link to the Blue Eddy AC 180 in the description below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. That helps me out a lot. I'm trying to get to 2,000 before the end of the year. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is to me. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, guys. Bye.